Hello everybody, welcome back. PT Launch Lab, this is episode 22, and we're with Sam Hincks today.
22, not 32.
Is it 22?
I think it's 33.
No, it's not, definitely 22.
22, isn't it?
Definitely haven't done that many.
Yeah, man, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. I'm really good. I'm pleased to be on here.
Well, we've,
Right.
like we just said, mate, just a little briefing before we actually started.
Yeah, man.
We'll just go right back to the start, mate. When did all the fitness journey start? Did you play sports at school?
Now, for me, to be fair, I never really got involved in any sports as such. It was weightlifting from the off for me.
What is
I started training at 13 years old, and I did that by liberating some weights from a house down the road. So I got my first set of dumbbells through that, and from then on, mate, I was obsessed.
I think everyone did that, though, didn't they? No start at home.
Yeah,
Had those people use
those plastic weights with the pad to it.
it's plaster in them.
That's it. That's how it is, yeah. Mine really heavy though.
Yeah, well, how I started was my dad had a multi-gym, so when my dad always used to be married to like Olympic lifting, my dad.
Right.
I broke out like schoolboy records and stuff, but he stopped training at gyms then. Once it's all good, mate. We stopped training at gyms once we were born, so we kind of ruined his training career, really, mate.
I didn't know that about your dad, you know. Didn't know that about him.
Yeah, I'm honestly, mate, I might as well get my dad on podcast. I talk about him every time. He always watches him as well. So yeah, shout out to my dad there. Yeah, I have to get all the certificates in one at times and that for it. Broke all schoolboy records and everything. We're British champion. Well, I come second in Britain for Olympic lifts.
Yeah.
Because there were already someone in his weight category.
Right.
From his gym.
Yeah.
So my dad was the stronger lifter, so they put him in weight category above.
Nice.
Otherwise,
he's only a short lad, mate.
Yeah, otherwise he would have been British champ. I think he did 100 kilo above his head at like about 8 stone or something.
The weightlifting does impress me, to be fair.
Crazy.
Just throw it around like they do.
I can remember having one brief little period in my life where I was trying to get 100 kg above my head.
Yeah.
I must have been 21.
Yeah.
And I got to about 95 kilo, and I just as soon as I put the 100 on, I changed all my lifts and everything.
Yeah, you do. That's you see. That's all.
So my dad's like, he was about 14, 15 when he did that. I still couldn't break it. No.
It was you in the teens.
Yeah. I think he was still schoolboy records.
It's crazy.
They let him in newspaper. They used to let him off school to go and compete and stuff.
Yeah, that's wicked. That is.
Yeah, so he could have got through into. I'm sure he said he could have gone if he'd gone further. He could make Olympics and all.
Really?
Yeah. So.
And then he ruined it for him.
Yeah, I ruined it. Yeah, no. I think I got bad injuries and stuff. There were a few bits of playing rugby. So yeah, I was really well 30, so he's always just trained up until then. But I think he got injuries and stuff again. I'll have to get a proper updated story on that. I'll get dragged me dad on the fellow him. I'm gonna get him in 80. Like, well, I did fun. So what? So you're starting your
Yeah, for me, I started when I was 13, and from that moment, I was just obsessed. As soon as I got them weights.
What age did you start competing?
Started competing. Christ, that came a lot later. So I'd come home from school and I'd be training. Instead of going out with my pals, I'd be telling my pals when I'm leaving school, listen, I'm off to train, and then I'll be out with you. And that would every day.
How old are you now, son?
I'm just 31 now.
Yeah. So yeah, about very much around the same time. So in my school, nobody trained at all.
No.
Like nobody. My dad always used to say to us, because we used to play football, but we were tiny. Like, I mean, I'm only small now, but I was really, really small in school. Late growth spurt. If I got one. Late growth spurt. All lads were getting bigger. And he said we needed an edge, so we needed to be training at gym, get some strength, which did us wonders. Like, to be fair, but that's how it all.
I remember the early when I first sort of got to know you really. Was when we was at Wakefield Skills Exchange. Do you remember doing your course there? I was in engineering. You was doing the sports science, or you stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's when we first started. I mean, that's what now, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Mad, isn't it?
Yeah, crazy, isn't it?
Oh, it's cool.
Well, I went to do. I ended up going back and doing something like mechanics for a year. I was still working in the gym at the time, working at Northwest in Pontefract.
Right.
That's when again, like I said, I probably went on it ones out of my school who were training at the time.
It was really rare back then. I mean, it's everywhere now, and it's rife. It's everywhere now.
It's weird to know that you were doing it at the same time. But we were on it ones that had any like decent physique. Now, like most kids now, they're all in good shape.
Oh yeah, no, it's wicked. It's unbelievable. What's a lot of feeding these kids these days?
No.
When I was at school, it was me and one other lad, Liam Swindell, was called. We used to call him Chunks because he was a
Yeah.
To be fair, he's got a wicked shape now. He used to be always a big lad, fat lad as well, but a strong man. Me and him got on really well because we were both like made
the same interests.
When we were in school, mate, there were a gym in school, like an actual gym, machines and that. Excuse me. And I used to ask my PE teacher, "No, I don't want to play football. Can you rotate me into the different class?" So I'm in PE, him and gym every term. And he did, to be fair.
That's
Mr. Barker, he was called, and he used to rotate me around. So I was spending my PE lessons in the gym. So I
well,
love it.
isn't it?
Absolutely loved it.
No way. So what age were you when you actually started competing?
So I started, my first competition was 21.
Yeah.
In powerlifting, just about 21. That were under 93 kilos a lot. And I did, I did 6 out of 9 lifts because I was shooting for the stars, as you base code.
Going for big lifts.
I finished with a 200 kilo squat, 155 kilo bench, and a 245 kilo deadlift. And they took me off for testing after that.
Really?
They marched me off the platform, mate, yeah. Felt like an old fellow who's been involved in powerlifting for a lot of years. Guy called Mick Hunnam.
Yeah.
He come on, he was Geordie, come with me, son, he says, and he watched me have a piss in a cup.
No
Just
way.
to show on gear and that. But at the time, I wasn't.
Did you win it then?
Yeah, I won by a long way. It was rather embarrassing, to be honest with you. Well, there was no competition. There was, but there was just one actual. I come in not looking like a powerlifter, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I've just blitzed them all by 50 kilos each lift. It was just crazy. So he said, "I come with me, son." I'm like, okay, I expected it. I was told that probably going to get tested. But I tested clean, and I was clean then for another, what am I now? I'm clean then for another 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
I was still competing.
I can remember all like I've seen it all from right.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what next step after that then? What?
So I did that comping up in Newcastle, and then I did the British Champs, my first British Champs down in Bournemouth in 10 years ago, 2015.
Yeah.
I fucked that up completely.
Did you?
No, I completely fucked it up. I missed my first 2 squats, managed to get my 3rd squat in, and then, geez, I was in 3rd place. I was in 3rd place at the end, and this guy come in, nobody knew who he was, a guy called Greg Lewis, who was. And he come in, bearing in mind under 93 and 123 years old, he pumped 322 kilos, he come in and deadlifted. Did he knock me off a podium? I was fuming.
No way.
Absolutely livid, mate. I was gutted.
Have you competed against him since?
No, mate, to be honest with you, he's actually passed away, that lad.
Oh.
He was killed, murdered.
No way.
Yeah, mad. Well, he was part of the story as it. I don't know how true it is, but the story as it, he was part of a bit of a dodgy group in Birmingham.
Yeah.
And fucking had him off, mate.
No way.
Really nice kid as well. Weirdest thing, really nice kid. I say kid, he was same age as me, but died too young, man. Died too young. He was an animal as well.
Yes.
So strong.
I bet.
He's built like a gorilla. He had long hair.
Like him out with something, right? Like, so no one's arguing with that fella.
No, I'm doing on there. I certainly won't. I was gutted. He took me off a platform. I just went down, mate.
No way, man. They're crazy.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. From there, my next big comp was South Africa, World Championship bench in South Africa. So that was a big one. They came second there on body weight. Mate,
Yeah.
all that way. It cost me several £1,000s to go all that way and come second. I was gutted.
I can remember that again. I can remember that.
Yeah. So they were the days. Then I did a few British Championships after that, like 3 lift and in bench, and then eventually went untested. And then I did a couple of British Championships, won a couple of British Championships.
Yeah.
Then went out to the World Championships in 2022. Won that in Florida.
That's cool.
And that was the last big one I did, really.
So is there possible chance for sponsors to cover any of this, or have you ever?
Yeah, so I had a few sponsors along the way that kind of just helped me out with a little bit of cost, but collectively it was a big help. But it's a self-funded sport.
Yeah.
It really is. Like, the trouble with it is powerlifting is so niche.
Yeah.
And it's really small.
Yeah, it's not really like spoken about much, is it?
Not really. So somebody can't come in and say, "Oh, I sponsor you a lot of money." They're not going to get anything for it.
It needs like a Conor McGregor style athlete, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You know, someone who come in and just
proper big character and that.
Just weird.
Yeah.
Something that's going to break internet. But there's thing with these sports though, and social media, and it just takes something, doesn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
And all of a sudden you'll be a celebrity.
Yeah.
The fake way world is now.
Yeah,
right,
now, I mean, I've been out of powerlifting generally in terms of competitive. I've been out now for a few years.
Yeah.
But in the tested world, the IPF as they call it, there's some like proper influencer guys now. Like, they're genuinely like living off it.
Yeah.
But when I was competing, that was unheard of.
Yeah.
Completely unheard of.
That's the thing now, isn't it? Like pros and cons with social media, isn't it? Like most of the time, I genuinely hate social media. Just white world is sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, I do all this for it, but I genuinely enjoy this. Obviously, I'm just talking to one of my part of work. There's no expectation of where it's going to go. I just literally enjoy it.
Yeah.
I've always been about just doing whatever you love, and you'll say you'll never work a day in your life.
100%, mate. Yeah.
And all that, love that. I know you've been in the same
For sure, mate.
PT situation and that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. I just feel like sometimes, I don't know. It's more, you know what? It's mainly probably like all his OnlyFans women on that, mate. Like, they don't need to do all. I tell you what, show some flesh, mate, and they're like, they're getting millions and that. You thought you just in your day grafting. I mean, it's 7 days. You
know to say, I'm working 7 days a week, and I'm looking at my missus, and I'm thinking, you're proper fit, you. Why are you just like, do you be easy? You know, just.
Well, that's not like all power to him. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
jealousy with it, but yeah, just. I feel like for the generation coming up now, like you just got to be an idiot. Do you know, like I've put years into content. Like I've never been like proper 100% at it.
Yeah.
But whether it's in my sport or whatever, trying to achieve stuff, same as yourself. And then I did one video, my daughter hit me on the head with a plastic hammer.
I remember this.
Like 10 million views.
You know, it's wild, isn't it? The most unexpected videos just gone viral.
But
crazy.
I've tried to get everything viral ever. And always put videos. I'm like, it's mint. I've had proper videographers in. Never video. Boom. Head of hammer.
It's crazy, mate. Honestly, it's the least expected. I talk to a lot of people especially in the social media world now, because I'm really trying to push mine at the moment, and they say just post.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Because something will will get that traction, and it'll be the least expected.
Yeah, but again, you'll be doing it, and everything will be like, it's got some knowledge behind it. It's got everything, got experience behind it, everything you need.
Yeah.
But it should put you in a better place.
You think so?
But you'll do still some daft ones, assessment, and everyone will go, "Who's he? He's funny."
That's all they care about. It's entertaining, isn't it?
They don't even. Yeah, they don't. Yeah. 100%.
That's all I try to do. I'm constantly thinking about what I'm delivering and what like value I'm getting and all that sort of stuff. And sometimes you think, am I
I feel like that stuff's great for them once it does drop.
Yeah.
You've already got this big backlog. You've got a big library of all the stuff that you do. So I feel like then people are going to go, he's actually like, he knows what he's talking about. But
you do get that notice if you just been noticed, don't you? And you get that reach initially.
You know what I do as well?
Viral things.
I'm like dead on it, like dead. Boom, 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 boom. I'm posting all the time, posting a couple of times a day. Sometimes I've got loads of views and that, and loads of likes, especially when around me fights and stuff like that. And I get like, I mean, it's note to some people, but I might get like 300-400 likes and or getting like 30,000 views on each post, and it's great. But then I just won't post for a bit. I'll go back down to
the love with it, though,
realm.
You just feel fed up with it sometimes.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. But
these all the numbers all the time.
These guys don't sleep, do they? They're doing it, and they're doing it all day, every day. Half the time I can't be bothered to be in front of the camera. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Just that's why I like this form of content, because I can do it. We all get some clips out of it. We all get but it don't feel like work.
Yeah.
Like
I completely agree.
I genuinely enjoy it.
I'm proper grafting at the social media stuff at the moment. Like it's one of my main focuses outside of actual work. Just to gather that reach, just to get just build slowly, but it is tedious.
Yeah,
it genuinely is. Like it's
the other bits in between. Like I used to just do videos from my car all the time. It literally between sessions. And then we've had times like I'm really good just straight off the bat. Me, like if I think, I want to do a video, and I'll put it on and go, yes everybody, such and such, this is what I wanted to get out or whatever. But you tell me some details that I need to read, man.
Oh, you stole it somewhere, Same. I've done it before where I've tried to like write a bit of a script or a loose script, and then I'm suddenly stumbling over a word. Yeah. But if I just talk to the camera about the thing that I wrote, I know what I'm talking about. I fucking wrote it.
I start thinking about what it sounds like to other people and all this. They're like, and I just, it goes into a weird place.
It's the strangest thing.
I've had the same video like 30 takes. I get out of front, I'm not doing that. So back to your journey then, mate. So how long did you have out before? Did you have some time out before you come back to it, or did you just go straight from, obviously?
Yeah, so after the World Championships in 2022, I had about a year out. Just sort of, no particular reason really, didn't fall out with it or anything like that. But I had a fair bit of time out. And in 2023, I decided I was going to have an attempt at bodybuilding. Because since I was 13-year-old, mate, I'd literally told everybody. And me and my missus, just to take over the tangent a little bit, me and my missus were together when I was 13.
Yeah.
So we were together for about a year. But her mum and dad found out we were doing the things we shouldn't be doing at that age. So her dad, being a big kickboxer, bald-head fucking unit he is, like 6 foot whatever, and I'm this little. This is stay away from him. I guess I'm always in a bit. I'm done. So we split up by no fault of our own. Really, we didn't want to. And she said when we got back together, she said, "You've always said you were going to do this." Like, I never stopped. He'd never even crossed my mind to stop.
So, well, bodybuilding the first thing that you wanted to,
sure.
and then
I fell in love with.
you just realised you're dead strong. You had some natural ability, which
exactly in it. Yeah. So I was pursuing bodybuilding. I realised I was training at Escape Gym at the time. Exercise for S. Yeah. Been the OG. Yeah. No, we're training there, and I got obsessed with chasing numbers. Not exactly purposefully, but I want to get stronger. If I get stronger, I get bigger. That was my mindset. But I couldn't diet, mate. I was terrible. I was a proper little fat knacker, thinking, I'm big, but I'm not. I'm just fat. That was the truth of it. So I was chasing the numbers, and somebody said to me, "Oh, do you know what? You're quite strong, you know." I'm like, yeah, I do a bit. And I'm not, but seriously, like, competing powerlifting, there's a guy who in the gym. He said, "You do really well." Okay, all right, I'll give it a go ahead. So I met up with a lad. I'm seeing tomorrow actually. A club called 5 Towns Powerlifting, and he said, "Come over, have a session with us, like a group, like a class, like a club." It was. So I went over, and then that was it. Then I just caught the bug. And then
did they know straight away? Like,
yeah, they said straight away, like, you're gonna be sound.
Come when you come to my first gym over at A1, and were you like maxed?
Yes.
Max barbell.
So it becomes a comical thing to do.
Yeah, I didn't have any of the thin plates.
That's
You
it,
rung some, you know.
well done, yeah.
Yeah, funny that.
Yeah, that became a problem, so that's why I left Exercise for Less.
Yeah.
Because they had the thick plate.
Yeah.
But I was frequently lifting over 250 up to 300 kilos, and you just can't fit it on. You know, and that's a wonderful problem to have. And it's funny to watch everyone in the gym when you're maxing someone out, and you're doing it easily too. So it's funny, but it's the direction of the sport, and it's the direction of training.
So how did you bodybuilding?
So the bodybuilding in 2023 went badly.
Did it?
Yeah, really badly. Yeah, because I'd never been able to diet before, but I'd learned to diet through making weight in my weight classes through powerlifting. So I'd learned like dropping fat, weight cuts, water cuts, all that good stuff to get into my weight class. I got too big for the 93s. And then I ended up too big for the 110s, but I'm too short to go to the 120s. Yeah. So like, well, I need to stay here, so I'm gonna have to get leaner. Yeah. And I did. So that's what I did. And I learned a lot about dieting and sort of how to do it. And I thought, fuck it, now's the time. I always said I'd be a bodybuilder. Now's the time, I'm gonna be a bodybuilder. Yep. Mate, it was so bad. I'd started prepping early January. I was gonna be competing in July.
Yeah, don't you think it's just the length of that doing it?
I was too fat to start with. Yeah. I should have done a little cut, got into a bit of a position, relaxed a little bit, and then took another run out. But mate, I was in a bad way. Like I dieted for 24 weeks straight.
What was it like on what was it like on the family and mentally? And
horrendous. Mentally, the biggest challenge, and then that eventually caused problems with the family. Yeah, like not as in like problems as in friction or anything, animosity or nothing like that, but just I weren't there. And if I was there, I weren't there. You know what I mean? I was just completely vacant. I was
selfish sport.
Yeah, big time, mate, big time. But I was prepping for about 20. I think it was about 23 weeks. I was 6 weeks out. And mate, I just broke down. I completely lost it. I went to my mate's wedding. I was a groomsman for my mate's wedding, and I prepped through it. I ate my own food. I didn't drink. Mate, I was diced, to be fair. I was diced, but I was gone. I went out for the breakfast in the morning. It was all paid for. The missus was having pancakes. I'd already eaten my pancakes in my hotel room. I sat there, mate, I just burst out crying. And I don't know, I couldn't tell you to this day why. You certainly were, because I couldn't have the food. But I was just so overwhelmed. Like I've missed everything.
You put a lot in though as well, and there is like, I mean, everyone's got to start at the certain level, but like I do it sometimes. Obviously, I'm just my last chase at Dream, but I've been there many a times at places where like mine have been too long, but you know, especially over that time, like you miss out on a lot of things, don't you? And you start thinking then how far do I really want to take it, and is it worth? Is
this whole thing worth?
Because there is some like, I mean, there's more to life than the nice breakfast and having a couple of drinks at weddings, but there are also very good times as well, and like even just the big buffets and stuff like that, and being able to enjoy quality time rather than thinking, oh, I've got to eat this and eat that. You do miss out on a lot. It's a massive sacrifice, especially like if you're not right at top of the game. I mean, to get to the top of the game, you need to make the sacrifices, but it's how far you want to go.
I never wanted to be pro.
Exactly.
But I was like training and prepping like I was a pro, and that was where I went wrong. Yeah. So I mean, I went to this and I was bursting into tears at this breakfast, and I was sort of hiding it. My missus was going like, "We're leaving, like everything's fine." We got home and I quit.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
Were your missus happy? Was she?
Mate, what I'd been doing, it's a bit of a funny story. I don't know if you've ever seen a picture. I posted a picture on social media of the sweets that I'd been gathering.
Oh, yeah.
Geezer, I spent probably thousands on American sweets and chocolate, right? But what I'd been doing is I'd been buying it, and I knew it was wrong, so I'd been hiding it. But when I'd hid it in one place in the house, and it got full, so I had to start hiding some more in another place. Geezer, I was up in the night, I couldn't sleep, just ordering off sweets and chocolate.
Crazy.
Like 3 places I ended up hiding them in. And when I took the towel in on the prep, I said to Kirsty, "I have something to tell you." And I said, like, "Look at this." And her face dropped. It's only the first one, mate. I'm thinking, "Oh God, this isn't good." Her face dropped. Said, "What the fuck have you done?" She says, I'm like, "Yeah, I've got something else to show you."
Yeah, next one.
Right, so bad. We got them all together. We put it all in this, and we got over it. It is what it is. But the men, it's genuinely an eating disorder, without any doubt. It was a full on.
I like when I was younger and I was dieting, it used to have a massive effect, like on my moods, people around me. Like, I remember even my mum at this time when I was living at home, my mum would be like, "You wouldn't mind my nipping to the shop, would you?" And I'd honestly, I'd think she'd do it on purpose because she knew I was tired. Like, that's what I got in me.
That was the mentality, isn't it? Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. You became so selfish.
I would do all to our mum.
Literally.
Time in your head, and you're like snappy at everyone orange. And I can remember I used to train someone at MMA at the time, and I'd train them, and if they were quitting, I had no time for it, no patience. I was like, "You can't quit in ring," like as if
That's our mentality, though.
as if
It's a different type of person.
they're trying to get fit. They're not trying to fight. They're not.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a different game.
Like, I lost so many clients early on. I mean, we met the mistakes. We were talking like again 15 years ago, or whatever. But like now, I'll have odd time if I even ever say anything now, because Maddie or my miss always repeats back to me. So, but no one's holding the gun to your head to do it. Like, it's on me. Like, I chose to do it all. So I literally don't moan. And then sometimes, same with she was cutting like one at a time. She did it to help me as well, and cut one at times. And I just fought, and I was gonna eat something after. And she was like, "No, you're all right. I'm gonna stick on it, mate, because I was still got another couple of weeks before going on holiday." And I says, "I don't want to eat in front of you." She's honestly, I'm same as me, opposite way. If she ever wants something, and she'll go, "I don't want to eat in front of you." I say, "Look, do what you want. Do what you want." It's on me to
choosing to do it.
I'm the one who has to be disciplined through it. It's me who chose to do it.
Big believer in that.
And that's how I've chose it through everything. From whatever I've done now, I never come in. I never say I'm low energy for it. That's on my boxing sort of diets, and I feel awesome anyway. Like lowest I've ever cut to fight. Well, not lowest ever. I used to cut to like 61 kilo to fight, but that was day before weigh-in, so I could walk.
Yeah, you walked as well.
With this, I was fighting like 65 kilo on the day, and I felt awesome because me and Neil Wayne were like joking at the time, because all fighters were coming in, I could hear them all the time, and it were doing my head in, because every time they come in, they were like, "How are you feeling?" "Oh, all right, well, just this has been up, this has been up, this." And I'll give them all a bit of shit, like, but I just said, I said, "Neil, ask me how I'm feeling." He said, "How you feeling?" I said, "Top up, Will." And you feel saying it all down. I want to be energy.
To be fair, I have to give that to you. You're always the one that's bouncing off the wall.
Yeah.
And it's contagious, actually. That's one of the reasons I like you.
And that's what I feel like. I don't want it to feel, I think it's a good representation to show everyone as well. Like, I've had most fights in gym this year. So I sort of feel like I'm leading from front. I haven't moaned about training. I haven't moaned about injuries.
There's power in that, though.
Yeah.
People who respect you as a coach.
I've had lads taking like fights on short notice because I'd done it. And other lads said, I want to fight this. And all lads in gym are trying to like see how many they can get in. And literally everyone's messaged me saying, "Sam, they're just following my footsteps with it." Which is like, what better thing to do than
that's one of the things I think about coaches. For me, at least, I think the coach has to have been there and done it.
Yep.
I fully believe in that.
Yeah, I've had this conversation about boxing coaches, and some boxing coaches that have never even fought, or they might have fought once, like, how much of a coach are you really? Because you can't understand it, especially if you go into corner people, like, unless you've done the walk a few times as well, and you've had different...
I think boxing's an even bigger example.
Yeah, if you've had different things happen though, mate. So, say you did one competition, right? I bet your next one were completely different. Or something that's a plan.
Absolutely.
But this has happened. What happens if there's been a delay and then your warm-up's ruined?
Yeah.
Or there's every single competition you go in is a little bit more experience. It's a different way. Everything comes off differently, doesn't it? I've had times where
I don't diet today like I did 5 years ago, or
No.
10 years ago, or anything. It's different all the
constantly
time.
adapting, aren't you? And that's what I just think there's a lot of power in that.
Yeah.
Like you said, I think
I agree, mate. Yeah.
I think coaches have got to have been there to show that experience.
Yeah.
But how old were we when we started PTing then?
Oh, mate, I've not done a lot of PT one-to-one. It's more online coaching
Yeah.
I've done. So I started online coaching with powerlifting probably 7 or 8 years ago. So quite early in my powerlifting career, but I did it for free.
Yeah.
Because I knew I'm not experienced yet.
Yeah.
But I love it. I love this sport. I love helping people. Like, I know people say that all too often, don't they? But I genuinely loved the sport, and I loved because somebody helped me when I first joined with like programming, just like, here, do this, and this will let you out. So that's all I started doing. And then I started taking a couple of people under my wing, but completely free.
Yeah.
And I was just helping them out, and people did well. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm doing people that
love it though, aren't you?
You have to, mate.
You've got to love it.
If you don't love it, you do something else.
And
life's too short.
And I think that's I see quite often now, and I love the take on it as well, as like such as yourself, like you did it for free even when it wasn't a thing, and then when you do the online stuff, you've got that experience as well, and you genuinely care about the person. Like most people, what they're selling now online is they're trying to tell you how to buy into a plan to make more money. I'm like, well, why aren't they just doing that?
Exactly. I've thought as many a time. Do you know what? I had a meeting with a guy recently, and he wanted $2,000 off me to help me with the social media. Like,
yeah, it's crazy.
And I'm like,
you look at their social media, and they've got no following.
I mean, this guy is really good at what he does. In his page, as an individual, he's really good at what he does. When I arranged a meeting with him, thinking, I'm curious.
Yeah.
I don't know how much it is, but I'm curious because your shit looks good. And then on comes another guy who I've never seen before. I'm like, who's this? Yeah. And he's talking to me, he's telling me, oh yeah, it's going to be $2,000 and you'll come into this plan of us and we'll show you how to get this and that, get that. And I'm thinking, if it were this easy to get to 10 grand a month, 20 grand a month, and they're talking about 50 grand a month, like, why are you doing it?
Yeah.
Why are you literally making £500,000 a year? Why are you telling me to give you $2,000?
Yeah.
Why would you care?
That's exactly my point, mate. I just, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot less quality. I mean, there's a lot of good quality, like, don't get me wrong, but there's a lot less quality in it. Like, I did years and years on gym floor. So if I were to be online, I've got that experience to take into it. I don't know how I could really do the boxing online. I don't know if there's a place for that.
No, probably like it is a physical coaching game.
I mean, the nutritional aspect apart, but I'm not massive on that either. So I don't know, that had time for me. Plus, it's not like me that like. I mean, it's the way to expand because there's not enough hours in the day. I'd love a better way to get out of doing the hours, but in person sort of my thing.
Yeah, it's always has been though. You've been good at that. It's who you are. So I think
good.
people need to embrace that more rather than trying to put a square peg in a circle hole. No, it don't make sense.
I feel like, like you say, you were on gym floor, you've done your training yourself, you've been in your competitions, there's all experience there. Like, it's just a tough area to jump in from with no experience, and just think that you can jump and start getting these clients from somewhere.
I know, it's crazy. I don't know how people are audacious enough, to be honest.
It's an hard career anyway.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's not easy.
I couldn't imagine. It's bizarre to me that they get clients, but they do.
Yeah.
No, the people are doing it with no experience whatsoever.
Yeah, but don't they start selling the same thing?
Yeah.
This is what I've done. I only joined last month. I'm making 10k a month.
Yeah.
Give me this much and I'll show you how to do it. And you're like,
hang on a minute. Well, you've got a load of money, man. Why are you?
That if you're already getting 10k a month, like, why are you trying to show me how to do it? Surely you become a rival.
That's it. Yeah, it don't make sense to me, and I think that's the flaw in it, really.
Again, evils of social media.
Yeah, it is. It's so toxic. I mean, if I didn't do it as part of my job, as part of what I do, as in like the coaches, I wouldn't be on it.
Hey, I mean, same boat. I just wish sometimes could make me do my thing, but obviously I want a chance. I don't know, probably sound silly, like a possibility of a misfits or something like that, and fighting. Because when I want to go in professional, I know I might be able to get, if I'm very lucky, getting for an area title or something like. That's it. Never even thought I'd even get to any professional title. I've not even been confirmed for professionals yet. But whereas to fight in a big stadium, only way for me, especially at my age now, is to have a big following, try and drop on. Something that's for me, that's the only thing in pipeline that's actually doable. Where that's the thing now, isn't it? These influencers and that are not even boxers, mate, and they're getting these unbelievable opportunities again.
They're making millions.
They put timing in a completely different way.
Yeah,
like,
it's true. You got to respect the hustle.
Yeah, we put the time into the sport to get good at it. They put time into selling themselves. So,
that's where I'm at now. Like I say, I'm pushing the social media as much as possible. Like I am working my ball for it.
You've got to, but you hate the same time.
I hate the idea. As you see my story the other day when I said, if you think about it, social media content creation is really weird because I was creating a reel and I'm like recording myself getting in my car to create like a montage of like dad hours. It is. I've not posted it yet, and then I get out of my car and go pick my camera up. And it's like, what am I doing? This is so stupid. It's bad. Like you see guys running past their camera. How far are you gonna run before you come back for that? Like, why are we doing this?
Yeah, so I run about this the other day because one of my pals that said it. I had him on and I forgot to ask him, Luke McCarthy, and he's an absolute machine, right? Like proper beast, like some workouts he does, and then he puts his workout on. But the videos of the workout, I'm like, did you do it before it workout? I was like warm up and do the videos because he couldn't have kept moving camera halfway through workout. I mean,
the thing is so weird. I'm doing Hyrox at the moment. I've got this idea in my head that I'm gonna have a new challenge. And I'm doing Hyrox. I'm running up and down the gym with all this different equipment, and I'm running my camera off. Like, I better do that. Then I get on with my circuit. I'm like, I'm knocking time off. Like, dang it, what's the other?
This is what we used to do. When we used to be training for the when I used to do it for the Ultimate Shred stuff, though, and we were doing it for programs or a bit of content back then. So we used to do the training first, and then go back through exercises and just do a few reps of each one. Do it like that, rather than doing it in real time.
Yeah. I'm with you. But it's the weirdest thing. I mean, when you actually sort of boil it down and take the normality of social media out of it, the normality has been created.
Yeah.
When you actually think about it, like me walking back to my camera to pick it up, it's insane. It genuinely is absolute madness.
Yeah, I see them all the time with when it says influencers and they're getting out of bed and they're seeing them then.
You've been out of bed to step up camera for what are you doing?
I don't. I'd love to just start seeing everyone's outtakes on that. That's what I'm there. I mean, people do it, don't they? Like, just show.
The thing is, like, I think it's somewhat weird. I think it's brain rot.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like you're sat there scrolling, and I'm guilty of it now and then. I'm fucking riddled in ADHD, so I procrastinate all the time. Like, and I'm like, why am I watching this?
Yeah.
Here I am watching it, and everyone else is. So you've got to create the content because that's what gets you the reach. That's what gets you out there.
That's what you need, isn't it? You should get in the one that goes boom.
Yeah.
So where were you? So I didn't know you were doing Hyrox, mate.
Yeah, that's the new thing.
It's a new.
You just saw I've had this like after my last bodybuilding prep. So I knackered that one up in 2023. I quit, and I did another powerlifting comp in 2024, where I at the time I was the third best powerlifter Britain's ever seen, ever. So I was proud of that, and I thought, you know what, fine, I'm happy there because I bust my knee quite badly. I had a pretty big tear in my quad tendon. 18 months later, it was 11 by 12 millimeters. This tear still. So at the time, I'm pretty sure it was just hanging on by a thread. I couldn't walk for a few weeks, and I haven't been able to squat since. So after that, I said to myself, I'm done. I don't. If I blow that off, I'm gonna have surgery. It's gonna be an issue for the rest of my life. I thought powerlifting ain't worth it. I've been there and done it enough. I'm third best ever Britain's ever seen. I've done it. Like, I'm happy. You know, I've done what I need to do. So I pulled away from that, and then I did the bodybuilding this year. In August, and I basically said, as long as I turn up in respectable condition and big, like I don't want one of these bodybuilders that's just skinny. I'm diced, but I'm actually 50 kilos. Make them why? Not a bodybuilder, bro. Like you haven't got any muscle. What are you doing? So I was on stage, 95 kilos, absolutely ripped to bits. So I was like, tick, done. I'm out of this game. Like, mate, Jesus.
I bet that would a good one to come back to that, wouldn't it? How long did you diet for that one then?
That was 16 weeks. So it's solid prep. I had a really good coach. I had a coach who's, mate, he's a fucking monster. And really, really nice guy. You look at him, you think, I wouldn't like to speak to you. Because he looks like an animal. But he's a really, really nice guy.
Usually, I don't.
I can't imagine he'll watch or listen to this because he's not the type, but I hope he does because he's a really class guy and I've got a lot of time for him.
What's his name then?
Kai Fletcher, he's called.
Shout out to
Kai Fletcher, shout out to Kai. Yeah, he's a real good lad. And he was the coach I needed because when my head were going, and it did, like body dysmorphia was fully set in me. He was saying to me, like, you just told me to shut the fuck up, get on with it, do what you need to do. Nobody's making you do this. You're choosing to do this, crack. And that was what I needed. I need that tough love.
100%.
It's me all over. I needed that. A couple of days out from the show, I texted him saying I'm not lean enough. Mate, I was diced. I was like 4% body fat. It was stupid. I mean, I'm not even kidding. I was absolutely ripped to bits. And he replied, his simple answer was, "Where the fuck do you want to lose fat from?"
Yeah.
And I'm looking like, I don't know actually. I'm looking at my picture. I don't know, but I'm not lean enough. Yeah, I mean, it's gone, mate. Your head's gone. I mean, I went on stage, 95 kilos. I mean, I'm 5'7". I was 95 kilos and diced. So I was big enough.
Yeah.
I was 210 pounds. It's heavy. You know what I mean? Like, to be on stage. So I was like, right, done. Because the life limiting. When I tell you I was, that prep, let me tell you about it, might as well. I was getting up like 3, 4 in the morning at latest to do my steps, because I work 8 hours a day.
Yep.
I work a desk job, or if I'm not at a desk, I'm in my car as a sales job. So I had to do 16,000 steps a day. So I had to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning to start my steps. And then I'd go training, then I'd go to work, prep, everything else. And I was coaching as well. So I was coaching 40 clients.
Yeah.
I was going to work 40 hours a week and doing this prep. The geezer, I didn't see my family.
Yeah, but
I spoke to my wife and I said, look, we're doing this, 16 wins.
understand, yeah.
See, I bet I've got the best wife in the world, I tell you, I'll tell anybody. She's so supportive of whatever I want to do. And I'm a nightmare, proper nightmare. If I get something in my head, I want to do it.
Yeah.
I say, I'm all in, I'm like you.
Oh, 100%.
I'm all in,
Hates it,
and nothing's changing that. You know what I mean? So I don't want, and there's not many women that support that.
No, is it?
You've got one as well.
Yeah,
clearly.
100%.
Yeah, we went through all that, and I said, I'm never doing that again.
Yeah.
Never.
They're happy to hear that, aren't they?
Yeah.
I said that this time of this year with fighting, I was like, right, we're gonna have 2 fights, and then I was like, I'm gonna have a couple more, and then I'm like, she says, what are you doing now? I says, I'm just gonna have probably a week's rest, and then I got a call, so you want to fight someone else tomorrow night? I'm like, yes, that's. She's like, what? And then I can remember on this last one, so I got back off holiday. I've been like bang at it all year. 100% dedicated to it. Like, stayed in shape all year, no drinking, no nothing, everything as it should be.
Yeah.
And then I went on holiday with family. Had a few drinks and that, like more or less every day, just a few steady ones and that. But you know what? I felt amazing.
Did you?
Loved it. Like, thoroughly enjoyed it. You could have not put me in a bad mood if you'd told me or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just loved it. Play with kids non-stop. Time that I don't get to normally spend with them.
Yeah.
And then I come back and it was like straight into bone training for this fight.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the hardest turnaround I've had to do. And I only had like 4 weeks, which when I'm a bit older now, it takes me a long to get going, and I actually just had no time. That was it. This was the date that was set. I'd already set it in stone that I'm going to do it. I get about 2 weeks in, so I said to Mrs. I don't think I'm going to fight, I don't know if I'm going to do it. She went, I don't know if your head's in the right place. And I says, yeah, I fucking, I went round to my dad next day, and I was a bit an hour, and she goes, have you told your dad that you're not fighting? And I thought, I didn't really want to tell him. Like, I was like, I'm not sure what to say out. And I thought, I don't know, because my head was just not in it. And it's ever not been in. If I'm fighting, mate, I'm all in.
Yeah.
And I seen a video of Usyk.
Oh, yeah.
And he says, I've said it on the old podcast, he said, what he's saying now is no motivation, only discipline.
Yeah.
And then I just thought, and then within space of like 48 hours, I was like, yeah, I'm going to fight.
Yeah.
And then about
a week, I'm not disciplined.
And then I've not, exactly. And then I'd not even said out to Maddie. And I started eating something. She said, you're never going to make weight if you keep eating that. It wasn't even massive or out, but and I said, do you know I'm decided she says, no, yeah. Don't know you.
Idiot.
You don't know I just see no fighting, mate. Yeah, so but I've only just fought and I won again, so finished the year, put in for my pro license now.
Good lad.
I try to get the fight. God's look
I saw your post that you said I'm not losing in front of my granddad.
First fight with my granddad's.
Is that really? Is it? Yeah.
And I turned up, mate. I said I've not really spoke about it on. I think I'm doing a podcast tomorrow. And I'll tell sort of my story on what I've been doing this year. It's about you today, mate. But I'll go into some detail for that. Like, it's been a bit of a mad year. But yeah, first one my granddad's ever come to him. I was poorly coming into it and stuff as well. And I gave there were every reason to not do this fight. Like whether it were fruit fight camp or like there were times with weight, and I was like, it just panic weight loss. I was like, I need to do this, do that.
Yeah.
On the day, things were going wrong. There was just everything seemed to not go right until day. Yeah. And then fight day, all the stars are lined up.
Yeah.
Like, even though I went well, like I would drop with my opponent's style of fighting. I would drop with I'd not brought one meal. Like, I forgot one at meals. Like, I left it in fridge, just crazy. Just, too focused on that. Someone brought a cheesecake round for me in the morning, and it just threw me head on. So I forgot that. So a good meal. And then 6 fighters pulled out on day, and I was still main event, but I was fighting 6 less fights, so the meal that I brought and stuff was all that I needed.
Oh, yeah.
Everything just happened perfect, like crazy. Everything had gone to pot all the way through. Like nothing could have gone right.
Yeah.
I had tweaks here. This were hurting. Supposed to be doing this. Couldn't do that on this day. There was stuff happened with sparring partners where they couldn't do it. I was nursing hand injuries and also, and then on day everything just come right. My granddad were there and I was like, everything was perfect, bro. Yeah,
you still get nervous?
I do, but do you know what? It don't matter. Honestly, like the sessions that Neil Wayne puts me through, like I'm nervous for them. I'm genuinely. I know no matter what, I'm going to be dying. Like and I'll run out of here and I'll go. You can't. And I'm like, hyperventilating. Get like my stomach's vibrating and I can't breathe. Get nervous for that. If I spar in the gym, it doesn't matter. Even if it's one of my mates, get nervous.
Yeah.
If I do an out the gym spar, nervous. If I fight, but I'm always the same amount of nervous.
Yeah.
I'm never on fight day. I'm never more nervous than I would be if I was sparring.
I went to see a mate of mine fighting. His return to boxing.
Yeah.
Amateur. Not looking. He's 41. We don't fucking look it, by the way. But he was his return to fighting, and I went to watch him.
Yeah.
And I got that. Like I used to fight when I was a kid, not on the streets like an idiot.
Get nervous for him.
You get that. I mean, I was watching it thinking, hat off to you getting that.
Do you know, like,
because it must be like that feeling in your belly, like this is it.
Yeah. No. So I always do one final breath. Like they said, this one, I knew it. I wasn't feeling very good, so I trained on Wednesday, the Wednesday before. And it just a couple of bits, like final bit of touch up stuff, smart stuff, like minute rounds. And I felt dead tired. I had like that poorly energy. Yeah. And I thought, it's going to be the hardest fight in my life. This. Yeah. Like, do you know what I mean? Like people don't think they think 3 2-minute rounds, man. They feel like they're like, oh, little
geezer. I did them for those sessions with you. 2 or 3 sessions with you. I tell you now, we underestimate how high throwing punches is for a dip a minute.
And like the fight pace is unbelievable. Like it's not even like, I mean, it's tiring up pads, it's tiring sparring, but when everything's online and everyone's watching you and you get it with a shot and all the crowd goes, or you get it with a shot and all the crowd goes, or it's someone's face and they're staring at you, got adrenaline. There's so many variables that go into it, like on the fight, and there's no time where when you're sparring, you'll hit somewhere and then it can be quite intense, but then when you come on the inside, you can be relaxed. You're breathing. Fight, everything's. I mean, I'm quite chill now. Like
you have to be, don't you? That's what separates the potential pros from the full time.
Like I've had like 22 fights now, and I'm not like, cause and I've never not performed at night, mate. I'm always one of them. Like I might not be amazing at sparring or whatever, or I might not look the best on certain things or whatever. Like I look pretty good everywhere, but like I'll always turn up on fight day. Yeah. Like I've never not turned up, and that sort of puts me at ease because I know. Put me back against the wall with it. Anyone, I think I can give anybody a good run. Like
there's a lot of power in being confident in yourself like that. It's not ego. No, it's just knowing what you're capable of.
I've never really sparred and been that majorly outclassed. Yeah, I've sparred some very good pros as well. I had one lad who probably got most best me Jay Hughes, who is retired now. I think he's about 10-0 pro. And he were good. He were really good. But like I'd already done some rounds before as well. I mean, they still got better than me 100%. Yeah. He was very, very good boxer. Like that's probably most. I was just getting jabbed to death. I couldn't see where it was coming from. That was the biggest time really where I'd say if anyone was to say school you, that was probably most like because in between everything he must have hit me with a shot. Yeah. And even when I threw it back, like I was better to all later rounds, but short time rounds that were just I think
it's fascinating me. Yeah. It's fascinating. Seeing like the good ones do it. Even you, like that's it, even you. But I watch you and I think it's fucking class, this lad. Yeah, the way you dance around people, I think it's ace. I've seen you listen to go scum of miles and get him in ribs, and I'm like, I bet I fucking heard that. So like, when you
just time, mate, innit? But there's just levels to it. Again, I've spoken about it before. We've got lads in our gym all in the same weight category. And like 2 against each other, it's competitive, and then one of the other lads is too good for them, and then another lad's too. And I think there's like 5 different levels. Right. If like one of them is just miles better than others, like it's not against anyone. Like, we're on different, but it just shows that's just in your gym. So imagine across.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely right.
Whatever, like just the levels of it is crazy, innit? Do you know what I mean?
And Joe did that fight a couple of weeks ago. And the fellow who ended up against, one lad pulled out, and the fellow he ended up against fought over 100 times. Yeah. And Joe said he's either very, very good. Yeah. Or he's
on his journey.
Terrible. Yeah. Like, because he's not pro yet. Why is he not pro yet? He's still over 100 fights. Turned out it was the former. It was the latter. He was terrible.
Yeah.
It was like it just
Journeyman.
He was so infuriating. This lad, so cocky,
Really?
but talentless.
Yeah.
But what are you doing? No, but he
Yeah.
just put his face in front of him and basically said, "Hit me."
We need them journeymen, mate.
So yeah.
So we're like getting towards back end now,
Okay.
mate. So what's the future, mate?
So for me, I've come away from competitive training in regards to being big and strong.
Yeah.
That injury took me out, and then the idea of bodybuilding and doing that, it's just
Don't
not
ticked off.
It's not worth there's no balance there whatsoever. There's no room for balance in bodybuilding, not in my opinion anyway. If you want to come in genuinely diced and big, there's no room for balance.
We're in there to win, aren't we?
Yeah,
At least
I'm doing it properly.
do your best, 100% in that.
Yeah, I won 2 classes at that bodybuilding show. Missed out on the overall, but that were reasonably debatable. It was close. For my first show against very seasoned athletes, I was pleased with that. You know, and content enough to say I'm done. I've done enough. So I've come away from competitive training. Really, I'm doing the Hyrox potentially. I will probably.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because of the way I am.
You've got to do, like, that's the good thing about Hyrox is like anyone can do it. That I mean, obviously you're going to want to do well.
Yeah, which
I appreciate. You really want it. Probably won't go into it unless you're going to put a good number on. But,
yeah, absolutely. But I think it's basically the change of direction for me is to be generally fit, generally strong, keep a good physique. I'd like to stay in shape and just be agile and able enough around my daughter.
I think it's a good good feeling to just be fit and healthy.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm after now. I'm done with the big and strong.
Been able to.
There were times where I picked up 350 kilos, deadlifted 350 kilos, but I'd groan and grunt getting off the floor.
Yeah,
it just doesn't make any sense.
No.
Like it's uncomfortable.
Yeah, for longevity, definitely. That's why I feel like Hyrox is a better version of the CrossFit.
Yeah.
Not as many silly injuries and stuff. And I think, like I said, everyone can do it. Obviously, people would push it a bit further, and people are pros at it now and that. Again, it's I've got most of my mates who I do it. I think I know about 10 people who do Hyrox that are pro.
Really? Is that
Yeah. They're all like super athletes, and they're all not come from best backgrounds or either. So I love that as well. Like people get stuck into the right things at this age as well. Like we're all around about the same age. And like the partying stage is done, and people are looking at now keeping like better with themselves in their life.
Yeah,
and,
I like that.
So I think that's great. So I know we've touched on it like outside of podcasting, the nutrition side. You wanted to go into like boxing side of.
I've coached a bunch of athletes in a bunch of different sports with performance nutrition. I've done a lot of work, especially in powerlifting. Obviously, was where I came from. But I've had powerlifters come to me, big and fat, performing sluggish, generally sluggish, not sleeping, out of shape, come on to nutrition, and I realised the power in nutrition for performance, not just to look good, but to feel good and perform well. And I've learned a lot over the years through my own stuff, and then working with coaches, nutrition coaches. And I've worked with rugby players, bodybuilder-esque people. I've never coached anyone to a bodybuilder stage. I'm not sure I want to either. But a lot of powerlifters, and just I know that there's power in performance nutrition. Fully confident in that, and I want to start venturing out into.
There's quite a small audience, the bodybuilding side as well. And again, if you've been Mr. Universe or whatever, then I feel like then you're paid to be the coach to go, look, I've won this, I've done that. Whereas
I'm not really interested
in proofing for you, been champions of your powerlifting. You can quite easily give anyone any advice in any field for that area to be like, look, I've done it. Whereas
part of the reason for doing the bodybuilding was to say that I've dieted to the extreme. I know what you're going through. If I'm coaching somebody for a photo shoot prep and you want to get diced, I know what you're going through because I've been there and beyond.
Absolutely.
I refuse to coach somebody in something that I don't understand what they're going through, because how can I say no, do more if I've never done what I'm supposed to do?
And contradicting that, mate, contradicting us both on that. I reckon on the side of you for competitive athletes, it's good for like you're doing your own training. Boxers side, I reckon the proof's going to be in your fighters.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
that's what I wanted.
Good way.
It's exactly that.
So no experience in the fight game, but performance is quite vast, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
So obviously there's a bit more with weight cuts and water cuts and where we need to be strong around and stuff. But like I know you know your stuff, mate, and I'll probably be the first guinea pig. Absolutely. Trial and test me, because I just raw dog it. I get a few meal preps and just go. I'm doing right. So I do. I do need more structure, mate. So I'd be.
There's power in it, mate. I can tell you that right now. I'm absolutely certain of it. There's power in the. It's not just protein, carbs, fats, and that'll take you, and it's obviously taking you as far as you've got, and that's fine. But you can make progress faster, easier, more efficient.
Like for me now, I will be taking that next step. So obviously, you're probably my closest friend on that side to do that. And I know the other lads is gym, and we're gonna hopefully we'll have another podcast in the near future when you're actually looking after all my lads for boxing and that, mate. But I think that's a good place to wrap it up.
Yeah, I'm happy with that, mate. Yeah.
Thank you, mate. Thanks for coming on. Thank you, everybody. Last thing, Sam, where can everybody find you on your social media?
I'm mainly Instagram. My Instagram is at sam.hinks94.
Thank you, everybody. Like and subscribe. Make sure you give Sam a follow. Thank you, everybody.
Cheers, guys.